Wednesday, January 21st. I wake up more tired than I was when I went to sleep. That ever happened to you? When you wake up, you're just sitting in bed and you're exhausted, wondering what the fuck was the point of even going to sleep? I head to my local comic book shop because the day has arrived. The first Ultimate series has come to an end. Ultimate Black Panther, written by Brian Edward Hill, with art by Stefano Caselli, ends this week. The series is a slight reinvention of the Black Panther mythos that resides in the Ultimate Universe, where this stretchy son of a bitch has made it so that most of the superheroes you know and love don't come into existence and runs the world from the shadows with a bunch of other bad guys. Wakanda and the Panther were spared from this erasure, but deadly secrets still reside within the isolated nation that soon will threaten the world. Ultimate Black Panther was a series that grew on me. It wasn't the quiet, character-driven opening of Ultimate Spider-Man, nor was it the creepy, unique take on the Ultimate X-Men, or the bombastic, existential opening of the Ultimates. It was, hey, this is Black Panther with a slight twist. Okoye is his wife instead of the general of the Dora Milaje. Shuri is here, but she's a little bloodthirsty and can throw hands. Killmonger is here, but he's part of a freedom-fighting duo with Storm. They roam the continent of Africa, righting wrongs and saving people. And everyone is dressed in the best wardrobe you have ever seen. Love the Black Panther suit in the series. I've never been big on having the face be exposed in the Panther costume, partially because the first time I saw Black Panther was in Ultimate Avengers 2, and that costume is fucking horrible. But Ultimate Black Panther makes it work. The second costume T'Challa wears in the series is my favorite. I know it brings out Batman comparisons, but man, does Panther look cool in a cape. Everyone in this comic looks so damn cool under the eyes of Stefano Caselli and colorist David Corelli. Both artists work in tandem to give us one of the best looking books from the last 2 years. Day, night, city, plains, cosmos, mindscape. Caselli's action scenes are swift, clean, and powerful. Everything looks wonderful. Another slight twist in this story is T'Challa's foes. It's not M'Baku, it's not Claw, it's not Killmonger. He's a good guy, more on him later. It's Moon Knight.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. My name's Steven with a V.
I don't care.
Yes, Moon Knight. For the first arc of the story, Moon Knight / Ra and Khonshu are the big bads. They are members of the Maker's Council who are making a move on Wakanda for its hidden secrets. And those hidden secrets are what make the book for me. There's a common criticism floating around the interwebs that Ultimate Black Panther doesn't really pick up until the second half. I only partially agree with that. I think the first 12 issues are pretty straightforward and provide us with a lot of royal intrigue. The infighting between the inner circle that T'Challa has made to quell any traitors is good. The action is solid. Love Killmonger and Storm's mission to free a sorcerer who will become a key player later in the series. It's good stuff, and most importantly, consistent stuff. The vision never really strays, it just develops. But issue 13 and beyond is where this book gets interesting for me, because here is where shit gets weird, but in a good way. Throughout the series, we hear whispers that vibranium is alive, that it has a will of its own and a plan for Wakanda that it is hiding. We come to find out that yes, vibranium is a living organism and acts as a gateway to a species known as the progenitors that want to inherit our world for their own. So while the rest of the world is dealing with the machinations of the Maker, somewhere in Africa, 3 heroes have to save the world from an alien invasion that the world isn't even aware of. I love that. The mysticism of Ultimate Black Panther is where this book sings. It brings in this ticking clock and monstrous threats that our ill-prepared heroes have to grapple with. Dark vibranium has quietly been corrupting Wakanda's inhabitants since it landed here thousands of years ago. T'Challa falls prey to its corruption, and it tries to shape and bend its will to match his own. And instead of the series turning into a symbiote story where T'Challa has to rip away the puppet strings of vibranium while someone screams off panel, "Remember who you are!" T'Challa realizes what's going on and drops that shit, giving us this new fancy costume that doesn't have any vibranium in it at all. But the threat doesn't end there for him, because he has to find a new way to be the Black Panther. The real way. And that sends him on a wonderful journey of self-discovery and faith, actually believing in the stuff that you preach and allowing it to guide you through battle. I love this twist on the mythos of vibranium, that Wakandans were tinkering with something that they truly don't understand, and that thing was tinkering with them at the same time. Other characters are brought into the fray to combat Moon Knight and Dark Vibranium, Storm and Killmonger. This duo is one of my favorite Ultimate revamps, not only aesthetically, but character-wise. I love that these two are good people through and through, who want to do whatever it takes to help those in need. I love Storm's understanding of fear. I love Killmonger's iron will and word. They are great characters that stray from their 616 counterparts, for the most part, and still manage to shine. I'm going to miss these guys so much. If this meeting isn't the best thing in the world, Dennis Camp, I swear to you, I'm going to strongly do nothing. I mean, hell, the most I'll do is probably come here and complain about it, but like after that, I'll, move on with my life. I'll get hungry or remember my power bill or go to work or hang out with a friend or something and, move on with life because these things aren't real. You shouldn't get too mad about fictional things. It's going to suck for a little bit, but then you move on because real life is happening. Don't send death threats, everybody. It's fucking strange. People are getting weird on the internet about fictional things. Stop being weird. Last but not least, Anon. One of my favorite inclusions into this book is Anon, the Sorcerer Supreme. She's awesome. She's above it all in the best of ways. Her use of magic in the series is violent, costly, and show-stopping. I really love how they managed to get a Sorcerer Supreme into this book and not make it Doctor Strange. She's her own character through and through. All of these characters have to stand against the impossible, grapple with their faith, the reality, and have horrible things done to their minds and bodies. But in the end, they stand tall and unimpeded, and hold the line against a quiet wave of annihilation. Now, everything that you've heard up until this point has been written before I got to read Ultimate Black Panther 24, the finale. I've been pretty fast and loose with some spoilers during this video. With everything that you know from this video, you can still go into Ultimate Black Panther and be surprised. I haven't talked about everything, just hit on some points that I thought was interesting and that I really wanted to discuss. So I'm about to read it now, and after that, I'm going to go into full spoiler territory. So if you haven't read Ultimate Black Panther, the series, I highly recommend it, even without knowing the ending. I highly recommend the series. I think Brian Hill and Stefan Caselli really have nailed this reinvention of the character within the Ultimate Universe. I think they take it to great places. I think they do very, very well by his character, by sending him on this journey of self-discovery. His ensemble is great. Killmonger, Storm, Shuri, Amon, Okoye. There are other villains in the story that I haven't mentioned. He has a really great circle of cast around him that I think you're going to enjoy. So definitely check the series out if you're at all interested. I highly recommend it. I'm also going to be discussing some of the negatives that I have with this series. It's not too many, but I just still do have some qualms with some of the stuff within the issues. So, spoilers from here on out. Issue 24 is great, for the most part. I like how it wrapped up most of the storylines and provided closure to the Anon situation. It recontextualizes the progenitors as invaders. They're not gods, they're colonizers, who are running out of time to find a new home. And Wakanda is preparing for their arrival while also opening their borders and going out to help the continent that they call home. Not as colonizers, but as neighbors. Prosperity without plunder. Alliance without ownership. I like this montage of Wakanda building a better, stronger world while someone snivels away having a problem with actual progress. Someone out there has a problem with Wakanda making moves, and they're going to do something about it. What that thing is, we don't know, because it's over. This series is over. There's another Ultimate Universe wrap-up coming. Maybe we'll get an answer there, but yeah, 24 is the end of the line for this one. But more on that later. The book ends with T'Challa asking Killmonger to do him a solid. Due to his bloodline being connected to the progenitors, when the time is right and Wakanda no longer needs his protection and aid, T'Challa asks Killmonger to kill him and take the throne and start Wakanda anew. Killmonger accepts, gives his word, and says Wakanda forever, leaving us with this fantastic final page. Now, does this feel like a finale? No. I wasn't expecting another storyline to be teased. Honestly, this is the closest this Ultimate Universe has come to feeling like the old Ultimate Universe, because there's a lot of stuff in that old Ultimate Universe That never came to fruition. They teased a lot of shit. The entire issue felt like an end, but also a new beginning. Like, I could see this series going for another 12 or 20 issues. It was a new beginning, but not in a way that tells us these people will prosper uninterrupted. They will, unfortunately, have opposition. But hey, that's unfortunately just reality. And just like reality, they will stand ready to face the impossible and topple it over. While I enjoyed Ultimate Black Panther, I did have a couple of issues. I don't like that they turned T'Challa into a homewrecker. I know Storm and Killmonger are in an open relationship. They have no ownership over each other. They are very clear about that. Also, T'Challa and Okoye are in a union of marriage, but it's more just for show for the kingdom. There's not really any love there, but it's just weird that Brian Hill constructed this thing, because he was also, it seems like he was banking on the tension of there being some drama between Black Panther and Storm getting together, and then also like Okoye was flirting with Killmonger. But when the truth comes out to everybody, everyone's just like, yeah, whatever. It's just like, everyone's just like, yeah, it's fine. I actually almost thought about sleeping with your wife. Excuse me? I thought about it. Didn't do it. Let's go save the world, man. Like, it's just like, what the fuck? Why the fuck did we do that? Like, what was that? That was a little strange to have that inclusion, because it just didn't really feel like it went anywhere. I mean, there's the prophecy and all that, but, I think you could have succeeded at doing that without having those trappings. My last big issue with it was I wished that T'Challa and Shuri just had a couple more words about her being complicit in the death of their father. She knew about it, and she let it happen, and I just wish, they traded a little bit more words about how that went down. Last but not least, this isn't really an issue on my part, but I understand why some people may have found the Moon Knight Black Panther fight underwhelming. This big fight we've been building to for 12 issues, and it's just like ended in 4 panels, but I don't know, man. I find it really funny that T'Challa saw some weird shit. Like, T'Challa had it. Like, he had no doubts that he had this. He was just like, I'm more afraid of what I'm going to do to him. I'm not going to lose this fight, but I might, fucking rip this motherfucker's entrails out and, feed it to him. There's something in me, man. There's a demon in me. I don't know. I just find it really funny that T'Challa saw some weird shit behind Moon Knight, and he was just like, whoa. Get the fuck out of my way. Get out of the way. I think I see God. And Moon Knight's just like, me? He's just laying on the floor all bloody. He's just like, me? He's like, no, not you. You're not a god. What the fuck are you talking about? Ultimate Black Panther, in a nutshell, was a standout, not only for my pull list, but for the Ultimate Universe as well. I think Hill and Caselli really nailed the tone and feeling of Black Panther while giving it something new within the world of the Ultimate Universe. Marvel, if you need a script for Black Panther 4 and beyond, here you go. This would work perfect as a movie. This would work perfect as an animated series. This just works. It's 24 issues. And also, if you want to give this anyone... See, this is why I don't really have... look, we still need to see how it ends. Completely. All this stuff. All the Ultimate Universe stuff. But, I like the idea that I can give someone 24 issues of a comic book and it's just done. This is the arc. It's done. You have 2 arcs in a complete story, and it's consistent. It's by the same artist. It's by the same writer. And here you go. I think that's cool. The circumstances of how the Ultimate Universe is ending is weird as shit, especially with what the other company is doing currently. I still think it's cool that we can give someone 24 issues of a book and they're able to just read it then and there. I highly recommend the series. I think Ultimate Black Panther is a good read. Let me know what you think about it, though. If you've read it, please let me know what you thought about it in the comment sections below. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you fall off of it? Did you read it at all? Please let me know in the comment sections below. Also, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to hear more. Check out my video on Sophie Campbell's Supergirl. Thank you very much for 500 views. This was my first big discussion video on the channel, so I'm really happy that that's doing well. In my next video, we'll be covering West Coast Avengers by Gary Duggan and Danny Kim. I cannot wait to tell you guys more about that one. I love that series. So with all that being said, I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.